came in with a few songs that were like more or less written, and I came with a bunch of songs that were more or less written, and then I'd say 2 or 3 songs, maybe 4 songs came out of jams that we just took certain parts and made transitions and wove them together. Yeah, I mean that's what we do. We just hash it out. We go in there and just play by play.
It's tough because like people always compliment us on like having so much progression and stuff in between records, and part of that's probably like the amount of time in between them, but part of it also is that we're not really thinking about it. We're just kind of doing what comes out. So yeah, already it sounds different to me. Most people who compose or write music or any art, like you imagine it in your head and you hear it completely. Like I don't just hear a guitar part of this, I hear a whole arrangement in my head.
Wherever we're like, okay, let's try to make it sound like underwater, like salsa or whatever, you know, or let's try to make this sound like caterpillar marching, you know, or something like that.
Actually, it seems to work between us because we kind of get where each other is coming from, you know what I mean? Like, I would say that most of our music is just soundtracks to movies we make in our head, or movies that we make together in, like, our head, you know what I mean? It's like... White lies. I'm gonna sing the same old songs again.
Now, I would just say that now that we're more comfortable as musicians and better musicians, that we just tend to write, we're more comfortable with just leaving like certain improvisational parts open, you know, say like, okay, this is an improvised part and we're just gonna take the best take that we get, you know. We try not to do any overdubs at all. Like there's mistakes on there and we just kept them because like that's human, you know. The thing with Pro Tools is like it's a great forum and it's a great medium for recording music because it allows you to do so many things, but so many people abuse it, you know. If you put everything on the grid and you just, you know, line everything up, make everything perfect, every note in tune, like, well, then you're taking all the humanity out of it.
Just pick 2 or 3 songs for the day and, like, you know, work on one till whatever we're feeling like, and if we're having trouble, move on to a different one and come back or whatever.
Well, and a lot of bands, you know, will write songs throughout the course of a year and then record, whereas we went to go record, to go write, to record.
For us, like, touring is like not such a creatively like stimulating setting, you know what I mean? There's a lot of repetition and performance and stuff, and that's cool. That has its own appeal separately. Like,
so it's not like we wrote over the course of X amount of time or on tours or in between tours or whatever. It just kind of, it was, we did all that, but all with the idea of making a record, so we didn't play any of these live.
Very excited about this record because I felt we've stayed really true to ourselves, you know. This was no incubated kind of sheltered process this time, man. It's like we went through a heap of shit. There were times where I wondered if we would even make it through to finish writing the record to get to recording. And as with any process, there's plenty of those days and hours that fill the days that aren't always these special moments that you feel excited or anything by, but I think it's collectively all those mundane moments that when you look back in retrospect, you have really, really great memories of, you know, and that makes something cool.